The autumn evenings in Chicago arrived early, painting the residential neighborhood in hues of gold and crimson. From her kitchen window, Emily Harris watched the leaves fall, a familiar warmth spreading through her chest as she thought of her mother, Dorothy. The gentle memory of her mother's smile was a constant comfort. Just 6 months ago, Dorothy had been living alone in her small apartment. But a mild heart attack had changed everything, prompting the family to move her into an upscale senior living facility called Sunnybrook Manor. "Mom is really lucky," her husband Michael said, his hand landing gently on her shoulder. He had just returned from a long day at the hospital, an internist whose kindness was as much a part of him as his stethoscope. "Jennifer looks after her almost every day. We can only visit on weekends." "It's true," Emily replied, turning to smile at him. "I'm so grateful for Jennifer. Despite her own busy career as an accountant, she stops by to see Mom almost every day." Emily's older sister, Jennifer, was single, responsible, and had always put her family first. It was Jennifer who had meticulously researched numerous facilities, finally choosing Sunnybrook Manor for its outstanding conditions and care. "She's truly devoted," Michael agreed, loosening his tie. "When I saw Mom last week, she was glowing. She told me Jennifer comes every day, so I'm never lonely." Emily's heart swelled. Her mother, a lifelong reader with a passion for learning, was a perfect fit for Sunnybrook Manor's rich cultural programs. "I talked to her on the phone yesterday," Emily said while preparing dinner. "She's joining a book club and taking a painting class. She's even made new friends. She sounded so happy." Yet, a subtle disquiet had begun to prick at Emily. In their recent phone calls, her mother's voice carried a faint, unfamiliar weariness. The conversations were shorter, often ending with, "I seem to tire so easily these days." She seemed to have lost her appetite and perhaps some weight. "Still, Mom sounds a little less energetic lately," Emily confessed, a crease of worry on her brow. "That's likely just age, sweetheart," Michael answered gently. "It's natural for energy to decline. The doctor at Sunnybrook Manor sees her regularly and says there are no particular problems." Indeed, the facility's physician had assured them Dorothy's health was normal for her age. Jennifer, too, had been adamant. "Mom needs professional care," she had insisted. "The facility is the best place for her." Emily trusted her sister's judgment completely. "You're right," she conceded. "With Jennifer checking on her every day, we'd know immediately if something was wrong." Later that evening, they began planning their mother's upcoming birthday. "I want to make it a truly special day," Emily declared, her excitement bubbling over. "Let's order her favorite chocolate cake and have a party at the facility." "Great idea," Michael replied with a warm smile. "We should talk to Jennifer about it." The next day, Emily called her sister. "What do you think about a birthday party for Mom?" "What a wonderful idea." Jennifer's voice chirped through the phone, bright and cheerful. "Let's make it the best day ever for her. I'll clear my schedule. I wouldn't miss it for the world." Emily felt a wave of gratitude. Her husband cherished her mother as his own, and her sister was a paragon of devotion. "I'm so lucky to have you, Jen," Emily said, her voice thick with emotion. "I couldn't have managed all this with such peace of mind without you." "Of course," Jennifer laughed. "We're family. Mom is our treasure, and I'll do anything for her." After they hung up, Emily felt a renewed sense of her family's deep bond. Her mother's birthday was going to be a perfect, cherished memory. A week before the party, Emily called Sunnybrook Manor to get permission. The receptionist was bright and friendly. "Good morning, this is Emily, Dorothy Williams' daughter. We'd like to have a small birthday party in her room next Friday." "Of course," the receptionist responded warmly. "We all know your mother well, and Jennifer is here almost every day. Your mother is so blessed to have such wonderful daughters." The staff's recognition of Jennifer's dedication made Emily's heart sing. After finalizing the details, Emily called a local bakery to order her mother's favorite chocolate cake. Since my mother loves reading, she asked the owner, "Could you possibly make it in the shape of a book?" "What a lovely idea. I'd be delighted to." That evening, Emily and Michael went shopping for a gift. Knowing her mother's eyesight was worsening, they chose a beautiful, high-quality magnifying glass with an ornate silver handle. "She'll be delighted," Michael said. "With this, she can get back to her books." The next evening, Emily called her sister for an update. "How are the party preparations going?" "Perfectly." Jennifer's voice was electric with excitement. "I've ordered 20 white roses, Mom's favorite, and I gathered old photos and made a special album for her." Emily was moved to tears. "That's amazing, Jen. She will absolutely love it." On Thursday, Emily called her mother. "Mom, how are you feeling?" "I'm fine, dear, thank you." Dorothy's voice was calm, but tinged with that familiar tiredness. "Jennifer was here yesterday. She is such a kind daughter. I am so blessed." "We're all looking forward to seeing you tomorrow," Emily said, her heart aching with love. "It's a special day." Friday morning, Emily and Michael picked up the cake. It was a masterpiece, a perfect replica of a leather-bound book with "Happy Birthday, Dorothy," written in elegant gold script on the spine. At 1 o'clock, they arrived at Sunnybrook Manor, where they were greeted by the activity director, Brenda Kelly. "It's a special day for your mother," Brenda said with a warm smile. "The staff and I are all hoping she has a wonderful time. Jennifer's devotion is an inspiration to us all. She truly loves your mother." The facility was bright and clean, with beautiful paintings lining the halls. As they approached Dorothy's room, they could hear Jennifer's bright laughter from inside. Jennifer opened the door, her face aglow. "Emily, Michael, you're here. Mom has been so excited." Inside, Dorothy sat on her bed, her face wreathed in a happy smile. The room was filled with the white roses Jennifer had brought. "Emily, Michael," she said, reaching out her hands. "Thank you for coming." Emily rushed to her mother's side and hugged her gently. "Happy birthday, Mom. With all of you here, I'm truly happy," Dorothy whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. The room was a testament to family love, with photos and message cards adorning the walls. "Now, shall we see the cake?" Jennifer suggested, beaming with the pride of a devoted daughter. Emily carefully opened the box. "Oh, how lovely." Dorothy's eyes sparkled. "It's a book. You know me so well." Jennifer raised her camera. "I have to capture this moment." "Smile, Mom." Dorothy gave a peaceful, contented smile. Michael took the cake and placed it gently on his mother-in-law's lap. "Happy birthday, Dorothy," he said, giving her a warm hug. It was in that warm, loving moment that the world tilted on its axis. As Michael hugged Dorothy, his gentle smile vanished, replaced by a sudden, rigid stillness. His face drained of color, his hands frozen on his mother-in-law's shoulders. A flicker of shock, then horror crossed his eyes. "Michael?" Emily saw the change instantly. "What is it? What's wrong?" He didn't answer. His physician's fingers moved carefully over Dorothy's back, palpating something beneath the fabric of her blouse. "Michael, you're scaring us," Jennifer said, her voice edged with concern. Suddenly, Michael stood up, his movements sharp and urgent. "Emily." His voice was a low, strained whisper. "Step outside with me. For a moment." "But the party. Mom's cake." "Emily." "Now," he commanded, his tone leaving no room for argument. Surprised by his intensity, Emily followed him into the hallway. Michael pulled her down the corridor to a deserted stairway landing. "Michael, what on earth is going on?" "We have to get your mother out of this place. Now." His voice was a low, urgent tremor, and beads of sweat had formed on his forehead. "What are you talking about? She's happy here. Jennifer takes care of her every day." "Emily, listen to me," he said, gripping her shoulders. "When I touched her back, I felt something wrong." "Wrong how? I hugged her? I didn't feel anything." "Didn't you?" His voice shook. Those hard, lump-like ridges. I just thought her spine was getting curved with age," Emily stammered. Michael took a deep, shuddering breath, the doctor in him forced to deliver the diagnosis he most feared. "Emily, those are not her spine. Those are healed fractures, and not just one or two, multiple. Emily's heart stopped. Fractures? But she hasn't fallen. These weren't from a fall. Michael's voice was laced with a chilling mix of anger and sorrow. The position? The pattern. They're deliberate. Someone has been hurting her. Emily's world collapsed. Her knees buckled and she sagged against the wall. That can't be. The staff are all so kind. It could be staff, Michael choked out. Or it could be someone much, much closer. In that instant, everything clicked into place with horrifying clarity. Her mother's weariness, her weight loss, the short phone calls, and Jennifer's constant daily presence. You don't mean, Emily whispered, her voice trembling. My sister? But she's so devoted. Medical facts don't lie, Michael said, his own pain palpable. Your mother is being subjected to ongoing violence. It's been happening for months. Emily slid down the wall to the floor, her body racked with sobs. Her trusted sister, her beloved mother, this perfect facility. Had it all been a lie? We didn't see anything, she wept. Michael knelt beside her. As a doctor, I should have noticed sooner. I dismissed her symptoms as just aging. He stood up, his jaw set. I'm calling the police, and we are getting your mother out of here. Back in the room, Jennifer was likely still playing the part of the perfect daughter, while their mother, blissfully unaware, offered gratitude to the very person causing her pain. Mom, Emily whispered to the empty hallway. I'm so sorry. As Michael spoke to the 911 operator, his professional composure returned, masking a cold fury. My mother-in-law's back is covered in old and recent fractures. I suspect they are the result of ongoing physical abuse. Within 20 minutes, 2 officers arrived, led by a veteran female detective named Sarah Thompson. Michael, a doctor explaining a diagnosis, detailed his findings with grim precision. The position and angle of the fractures are key, he explained. They are consistent with deliberate blows from behind, not accidental falls. Based on the healing, the abuse started about 3 months ago. The most recent fracture is only a couple of weeks old. 3 months ago. The exact time their mother had moved into Sunnybrook and the exact time Jennifer had begun her daily visits. But why? Emily pleaded. Why would my sister do this? In our experience, elder abuse cases often involve money, Detective Thompson stated grimly. Pensions, inheritance. Let's start by checking your mother's bank accounts. An hour later, the horrifying truth was laid bare. We've reviewed Dorothy Williams's accounts, the detective reported. Over the last 3 months, nearly $300,000 has been illegally withdrawn. Emily felt the air leave her lungs. 300,000? The withdrawals were made by Jennifer Williams, using a power of attorney she had your mother sign right after she moved in here. There's more, the detective continued. We reviewed the security camera footage. It recorded multiple instances of Jennifer being violent toward your mother. She paused, her expression hardening. And it appears the activity director, Brenda Kelly, was an accomplice. She was receiving monthly payments from Jennifer to cover up the abuse and ensure other staff members looked the other way. Just then, they heard hurried footsteps and Jennifer's voice calling out, still dripping with false concern. Emily! Michael? Where are you? Mom is getting worried. Detective Thompson gave a curt nod to her subordinate. When Jennifer rounded the corner and saw the police officers, her feigned worry froze on her face. Jennifer Williams, Detective Thompson said flatly, You are under arrest for elder abuse, fraud, and embezzlement. What are you talking about? Jennifer blustered, trying to maintain the act. I've been taking care of my mother, Emily. What is this? Emily stared at the woman she had once called her sister. Wait, Jennifer. Her voice was ice. Why would you hurt her? At the mention of the security cameras and bank records, the facade of the devoted daughter shattered completely. Jennifer's face twisted into a cold sneer. That old woman was just hoarding money, she spat, her voice dripping with venom. I was the one taking care of her. And for what? No gratitude. I just put the money to better use. Michael stepped forward. Stop it. You will not speak of her again. As an officer handcuffed a snarling Jennifer, another brought in a sobbing Brenda Kelly. The family Emily had believed in, the trust she had placed in her sister, had all been a monstrous illusion built to harm her mother. As Jennifer was led away, she shot Emily a look of pure hatred. You have no idea what I sacrificed for her, she hissed. Emily didn't answer. That woman was not her sister. That was not family. Peaceful sunlight streamed into the living room of Emily and Michael's home. On the sofa, Dorothy sat reading, using the silver magnifying glass they had given her. Her body was recovering, and slowly, her spirit was healing too. Jennifer had been sentenced to 8 years in prison, Brenda to 5. The scandal had rocked Sunnybrook Manor, leading to further investigations and lawsuits from other families. After a stay in a trusted medical facility, Dorothy had moved in with Emily and Michael. It was the only choice that felt right. Mom, Emily said, sitting beside her. Do you ever feel resentment toward Jennifer? Dorothy was quiet for a moment. More than resentment, I feel sorrow, she said softly. I cannot understand the path she chose. But Emily, hatred only poisons the person who holds it. I am happy now, because I am finally surrounded by true family love. Just then, the front door opened. I'm home! Michael's bright voice rang out. Mom, how are you feeling today? Dorothy's face lit up. Michael, welcome home. When you are here, the house feels complete. He kissed her on the cheek, his affection deeper than any blood relation. An 80-year-old patient told me something interesting today, he said over dinner. She said, family isn't about blood ties, it's about heart connections. Dorothy smiled.
That is exactly right. Jennifer was my daughter, but there was no heart. You, Michael, are not my son by blood, but you treat me like a true mother. The days that followed were filled with quiet joy. One spring evening, the three of them stood in the garden. I'm so happy, Dorothy said, her voice clear and strong, to be here in this peace surrounded by my true family. Emily and Michael stood on either side of her, their arms linked. Here, in the quiet glow of twilight, was a family bound not by blood, but by something far stronger, unconditional love and the unwavering choice to care for one another.